Welcome to the live stream. Just thought I would have a little, because there's no video for later today. I thought I'd just share some of this as we're here in the West End. I love this view here across Trafalgar Square, which is it's a really magical spot. It's actually quite quiet today, surprisingly quiet. Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please feel free to pop any questions in that you or any talking points, anything you want to have a look at. Please also hi Sharon, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Just thought I'd share this lovely moment here down in Trafalgar Square. I'll just show my feet, you know I'm here. Here I am. National Gallery behind me. Good morning from Argentina. Hello from Vancouver. How you doing, everybody? How you doing, Kyron? How is everybody? I'm thinking of just going, I'll turn it back again so you can see the lovely view. I thought I would head that way over across Trafalgar Square. Hey, ciao Rosella in Milan. Hi Peter. Originally from Wanstead, great. Nashville, Chingford. We've got Nashville and Chingford. Hi Vish and Chingford. Excellent. So I popped into Foyles on Charing Cross Road and was delighted to see my book in there, which was lovely. This other London was there on the bookshelf in good company with David Rosenberg and Ian Sinclair and Gareth E. Rees. Hi there, everyone joining. You used to live in Yes, I think I remember Rosella. I mean, why did you ever leave would be the question, right? Don't worry, I understand. South Bank, excellent. Yeah, St Martin in the Fields, just over there. St Martin in the Fields. What a wonderful church that is. Cafe in the Crypt. Hey, from Clapton. How you doing, John? I just thought, I haven't done a live stream for a year. By the way, can you all hear me okay? Hopefully you can. I'm never sure with this mic whether it's a bit quiet or not, but someone could say, yeah, coming through loud and clear. That would be great. Up dreary South Norfolk. South Norfolk. I've got a son in North Norfolk, Gavin. What, South Norfolk? You're on the border like Dis, I guess. Oh, great. Thanks, Dan. Brilliant. So yes, my first live stream in a year. Wonderful. I thought I might just walk across Trafalgar Square and then go down the Mall and kick some leaves around St James's Park. So yeah. And for those joining, just to show that I'm here. How's it going, Wood Green? I love a bit of Wood Green. I haven't been up to Shopping City for ages, Andrew. I feel like, hey, Liverpool top of the league. Unbelievable, isn't it? The thing is not to start hoping. Also, Wickham are doing really well. £4 in the Oxfam bookshop. Wickham are doing really well as well. I think Wickham, I don't know, actually I didn't check the score yesterday. Sorry to my Leyton Orient following friends, of which I've probably got more than Wickham, but yeah, don't say Wickham can go into the Championship, like directly. That would be mad. Liverpool win the league, Wickham get promoted to the Championship. What a day that would be. How are you doing? So I'll just let the scene set a little bit and then we'll go for a wander, right? I'll give you a bit of a point of view. I'm on my phone. I tried to set up a gimbal earlier on, didn't work. So hopefully it won't be too shaky. That's why I'm doing a nice static bit here. Good morning from Virginia, Robert. How are you? If anyone wants to ask any questions or pop anything, I hope I can get the chat up. Let's have a look. Sound okay? All the best from Bognor. Love the international flavour. Thailand, Bognor, Virginia, Forest Gate, Wood Green. Nice one, Pavarotti. What's interesting, I walked past the Colosseum back there and they've got the Elixir of Love on by Donizetti at the Colosseum. For my Italian viewers, you'd find it an aberration because at the Colosseum, the English National Opera, they perform in English. But that's the only time I ever went to the Colosseum, was to see Donizetti's The Elixir of Love with my wife. I don't know how many years ago that was, a long time ago. It was probably 26 years ago. And it's on there again. I wonder if it was the same production. Good morning from Minneapolis. Hello, Minneapolis. Well, do you know what? It's actually mild. I know I've got my puffy jacket on, but it's quite mild. I did a lovely walk yesterday with Tweedy Pubs, as suggested in a comment. Another comment said, why don't you go to the Black Lion here? How are Tottenham getting on? Tottenham were drawing last time I checked. Yeah, I'm going to do another Epping Forest video. I've made about 25 Epping Forest videos, but I nearly went into the forest today. But I thought, I headed up the road, and as I was passing the tube station, I thought, I fancy strolling down Charing Cross Road, wandering around the Tottenham winning 3-1, wandering around the West End a little bit. And so this is why I ended up here. I've been here 2 hours, and all I've done is bought a jumper and had lunch in Cafe Nero. So, well done, Spurs. That's a good result. Sudbury, yeah, Suffolk. Well, Ben, I've just been looking at the map that shows the walk that Mark Fisher did with, sorry, I've forgotten the other guy's name and musician. They did a walk called On Vanishing Land. It became an album, and Fisher walked from Felixstowe to Sutton Hoo. And I found one account of the route. Obviously Mark Fisher wrote about the route, but it's an audio piece. And I really wanted to do that, stay the night before at Felixstowe, so I could start really early in the morning. But I thought I need a map to find that route. Once you cross over the Deben, the River Deben, they went up the coast and then cut inland along the Sandling Walk to Sutton Hoo. So I just looked at that map actually. I just think I need a bit more daylight than but who knows, I might just get fed up in the new year and do it. Exactly, impromptu walks. I'm going to spin it around for you so you can see Trafalgar Square. I love that thing. When I made the video over here last year, if any of you haven't seen it, but I love the idea that you look at the statue, you look at Nelson's column there, I'll pan up to old Nelson at the top. I was quite, oh excellent, Royston Heath. I was quite iconoclastic about all of that, as is my habit. I'm sure you're used to that by now. And anyway, I love the idea that in the base of Nelson's column there is there was like a command and control centre, like a nuclear bunker. Yeah, which is mad, isn't it? The hollow. And I love the idea that the lions there, Edward Landseer's lions, were modelled on a dead lion from London Zoo. Wet spam sounds about right. Great. So should we head across? Should we head across Trafalgar Square? Let's head down there, and then we can get across Trafalgar Square. Someone's playing Creep by Radiohead. Let me turn it around on myself here, because otherwise it feels like there is an element when you're doing this. How is it? It's not picking up the wide-angle camera, I guess. When I'm doing, I will do a point of view, I think. So we'll just go down here. We'll get the nice sounds. Anyway, mate, remember wandering in that area some years back? Yeah, the fountain, the National Gallery, it's all great, Carol. It's really lovely. I think the West End, I'll never lose my love of the West End, I don't think. Apologies for the shakiness. I would love to have done it on the wide angle, but YouTube doesn't seem to pick it up. Because the wide angle's a lot, I might not do so much walking around, because I can see it's proper shaky, isn't it? Let's settle down by the fountains. Look at that. This could be a bit of ASMR. Let me take the mic off and put the mic down here. Yeah, do you know what, Alex? I used to go to Forbidden Planet loads when my kids were little, and that used to be a thing we would do. On like on a Saturday or Sunday, we'd rush down. They sensed it was going to shut. They go, oh, let's go to Forbidden Planet. So we'd head to Forbidden Planet, and yeah, they would clean out all my money. But I love it. It's not that nippy, actually, aesthetic. It's all right, actually. Just noticed as well. Let me go round. I just noticed that the National Portrait Gallery has a new entrance on Charing Cross Road, which is really handy. Obviously, what's always on my mind this time of day is where to go for a pint. Well, where and when as well, because at the moment it's sort of like it's a bit early. Just had my second coffee. Sometimes on a Sunday I like to squeeze in a third coffee. Yeah, but I used to, yeah, the Chandlers. I still do meet people in the Chandlers actually, but you're right, some Sam Smith's pubs in the centre of London have put their prices up because they were always like super cheap, weren't they? Let's spin this around. Who is this? Before I go around and do the reveal, who is this? Anyone know? You had 6 pints of left at the Montague Pike. Well done. I can't do that kind of thing. Get back to the red. I think I probably have to, Richard. Who is that? Anyone know who that is? Let's have a look. I was going to make some sort of comment on statues, but a lot of people have done that, haven't they? Charles James Napier. The only thing is you do think a lot of these characters, what did they actually do? You know what I mean? What did they actually do? I think he's associated with Canada, isn't he, Napier? I could be completely wrong. Right, let's get across. Let's get across the road. Or should we cut down there? I think I might cut down there. I think I can cut down there. Fourth plinth was always earmarked for the. Used to be like, yeah. So the fourth plinth there, that's. I think it's made of water bottles. I think there was some. So lots of people wandering around the West End with sticks. You know. Have you, I don't know what that was about. It's quite interesting, isn't it, when there's been some sort of protest or a gathering. It's always good when you see the tail end of the gathering or the protest to work out what it was about. And you saw these people, loads of people with like sticks, like, you know, like willow branch. And I thought, what was that about? It's ought to have been an environmental thing. We're going to take a shortcut. I'll get you. I'll see you. You can follow me over the road. Hang on. This is actually, in the current climate in London, walking around with your phone out like this is asking for trouble, because there's a big spate now of phone snatching. Cyclists come through at speed and nick phones. It would have been funny. Well, it wouldn't have been funny, but it would have been ironic if at that point that's what happened. Ah, that's the pain. I think they've closed these steps off. Thanks for posting that thing about them. Was it? Sorry, I can't get. It's difficult to get the chat back up. Let's go this way. Oh, do you know what? I think there might have been. It's too early for the cenotaph, but I did see a load of guys in with medals and stuff today. So I don't know what's gone on there. Apologies for the shakiness for anyone joining. I couldn't get the gimbal to work, and I thought I could use the wide angle lens on the camera. Anyway, I wonder if they've done an early cenotaph thing. Last year it was extraordinary. I was on the radio, I was on 5 Live, Radio 5 Live, BBC National Radio, who do the live broadcast on the cenotaph. And I did. They had me on to do the 5 minutes leading up to the 11 o'clock live broadcast on the cenotaph. It was like an extraordinary thing to be asked to do. Absolutely extraordinary. Mildly intimidating. Underneath, I know I did it in a video. I want to say it's not Admiralty Arch, is it? Under this, I'm going to go under this triumphal arch on the edge of Trafalgar Square into St James's Park and the Mall. I'm remembering things from my own original video from last year. The Mall was built for sport, playing sport on, like bulls and things like that. And then, under the reign of Charles II, I think Henry VIII or somebody like that laid it out originally, but under Charles II it became quite a place of vice. Of people of ill repute would ply their trade here. Of course, a lot of those things go kind of hand in hand, don't they? I love it down here, isn't it beautiful? All the trees, look, I'll stop for a moment. I'll stop down here and do a stable live stream. We'll go into the park, if you can bear with me. There's a character with a tricorn hat up here. Who do we think this is going to be? It's going to be someone significant enough to have had their... this is a good one. I'll see if you can recognise them. Thanks, Nolly. Any recognition there particularly? I'm going to give it away if I say who should recognise it. Any Aussies recognise this guy? Captain James Cook. More live walks, please. Oh, thank you. What I'll do, I will work out how to get the gimbal to work. I did try to live stream from my Insta360. I have done. Whoever asked. Sorry, I keep missing the chat, don't I? How do I get the chat? whoever asked about Hyams Park and the Ching, I've done multiple videos around there, but probably the best one, if you wanted one, the one video, I'm going to put the camera down on a bollard here. The one video I would recommend would be the walk along the Ching I did. It was a walk I did for Borough of Culture, and then I made a video of the walk. So that has all of that stuff. Hyams Park Lake, the River Ching, all of it. Look at this. Okay, this is a bit better, isn't it? Is that? I wonder how I get the chat to show up so I can read that live chat. All messages are visible. I'm really sorry if I'm missing your. On the app here, once they go, they go. Mind that bollard. Thank you. Thanks, G-Funk. G-Funk, long time commenter. What a lovely day. The sound is that. The sound is the sound still low now? I think I can. Let me up it for you a bit. I think I can do that. I might not be able to do it whilst it's working. You have to forgive me. Volume. Here you go. How's that? Is that too loud now? Welcome to Amber. Welcome to Amber. There you go. Is that audio is perfect? Thanks, Sean. I just increased it a little bit, so hopefully it's not peaking all over the place. So hopefully, oh, there you go. That should be a bit better now. Thank you. Remember in the comments there. Thank you very much. Paul PJ retracted their message. Paul, was that the audio comment? I kind of love the idea. What would be great is if somebody watching recognised somebody coming past in the on the thing, or would that be a bad thing? I don't know whether that'd be a bad thing or not. It might be. It might be a bad thing. Or is it peaking now? Sorry, excuse my French. So we'll carry on down. We'll carry on down here a bit. And now it's peaking, isn't it? Sorry about that. I think I accidentally put the volume up so high that it peaked. I haven't done a thingamajig for so long that yeah, I thought it'd be nice to do it. I will have to stop when I go into the ICA bookshop. I fancy going to the ICA bookshop having a mooch. They have a really unusual collection of books in the ICA. And I find it very stimulating, if you like. It's lovely, isn't it, over here? It's an interesting idea. I never used to think of sound, mate. What happens to sound? Cookies, right. What's the problem, mate? So you say sound question mark. Too loud? Not loud enough? Too loud. Okay. Volume went down again. Audio is now low. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, well I can fix that, don't worry, give me a second. On here it's showing that it's peaking, very quiet, okay. Let me know when it's okay. Is it okay now? How about now? Is the audio level good now? Police memorial, yeah. Oh dear, I can't hear. Can you hear now, Anita? Hang on, you should be able to hear now. Your knowledge of London is incredible. Thank you. Better. Audio is perfect now. Thanks, Sean. Sound was perfect before you touched it. I know. Well, I touched it a few times, Dan. I think it should be good now, though, right? Sean said it's okay. Sounds okay. Audio is good. Stop there. Thanks, Sean. Thank you. And also, I'm holding the mic up to my mouth. But it is interesting, this part of London. You've got a massive let's go around to the parade ground over here. Horseguards Parade. You've got a big military barracks right in the middle of London, which of course makes sense, because you'd want the military close to the seat of power. Parliament just over there in the direction I'm looking. Buckingham Palace down here. You've got this lovely sort of Georgian colonnade over there. But I love all the different phases of life of the Mall, from a place where the monarch would buy us an ice cream in the park, from a place where the monarch would do his sport, to it being a place of vice. Women of the night and thieves and all sorts used to ply their trade over there. And then it sort of went into an area where no one really went, for obvious reasons. It became a bit dodgy. And I guess it had its rebirth. With the building of Buckingham Palace would have helped, wouldn't it? Look at that. It is majestic, this part. The back of Horseguards Parade around here. I think we often, a lot of people go down the front side of it, don't they? Or they only come here for the troop in the colour or the changing of the guard. But as a space, look at that with the London Eye behind it. This used to be, St James's Park used to be my favourite park once upon a time. We'll just go into the park here. Sound of leaves. Leaf ASMR. What's the building behind you with the red ivy on it? I think someone said it's the police memorial. Is that correct? I don't actually know, but someone did say it was the police memorial. That's a majestic old lump as well, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? Any conkers? No conkers at the moment, Paul. I always carry a couple of conkers in my pocket. Most of my jackets have a conker, but these conkers actually are from a couple of years ago. Let's go and rest by Horseguards. I mean, look at that. The Navy Comms building from memory. Ah, thank you very much. Aerial on the roof. Can you hear the bells okay? I love the mixture of people giving me notes on where I am, updates on the football, and comments on other things. Sean very kindly gifted me a gimbal that I tried to get working today. I've used it before, 4 o'clock and all is well, and I couldn't get it to work today, so I will get it ready again. I'll just place you down here on this bollard. Oh, thanks, DM. I love making the walks as well. I love making the videos. Hence, I was having a day off today. And look, I've ended up live streaming because I can't resist it. I'm so excited. I used to really love doing the live streams. Like I say, it's been a year since I've done one, so I'll have to do. Norm, see this on sunny days. Yeah, but I think, London in all its phases and moods, you have to embrace it in all those kind of. This used to be my favourite time of year in London, Conkers keep house spiders away. I don't mind house spiders though, actually. Bollards to you as well, exactly. It's great, isn't it? I think I'm going to go. Which way am I going to go? I kind of want to go up on my actual walk, which I might be, because of the shakiness of the actual walking part of it. I might have to not walk too much around. I'd be taking a massive risk if I came out here. Look, if I came out in front of the camera, I would be inviting someone to grab the camera. It was really funny. Yesterday I was filming in West Ham Park, and I had the camera down in the park, and this little girl just ran over and started dancing around in front of the camera. And then I was like, oh, I can't use this now. I was doing a really long piece to camera about the history of West Ham Park. She grabbed the camera, and then I had to show her the video that I just shot, and then she was like, great, my camera now, mine. So I had to extract my camera back from a 3-year-old child, which was, not great. I'll show you this memorial over here. This will be a very poignant memorial. You're enjoying the shakes? Oh, well, it's reality, right? It shows you that we must have like a gimbal in our brain, because that must be what our optic nerve is doing. But our brain doesn't really pick it up, does it? This is someone in the comments is going to know the name of this memorial. Some of you, there was a video I made on Remembrance Sunday a year ago, after I'd been on the radio, just before the Cenotaph. Then I thought, I was thinking about my granddad on Remembrance Sunday, Grandfather Rogers, who it seems mad that I'm old enough to have a grandfather who fought in the First World War. And my grandfather fought in the machine gun corps, but he was in the King's Own Scottish Borderers, I think. And then he was in the machine gun corps, and he fought in the First World War. And he started the Battle of Gaza, would you believe, in 1916. But my granddad, it feels mad that my granddad fought in the First World War. So I always think of him, really, on Remembrance Sunday, which is going to be next week, I would have thought. And I went to find the Machine Gun Corps Memorial, which is just near, it's sort of near Hyde Park Corner. It's quite impressive. But, you know, it's good to kind of think about people that you know on these days, isn't it, rather than the bigger grand narrative. That is an impressive old memorial. Have any of you been to Berlin, or do you live in Berlin? Right, that's interesting, Paul. Yeah, it is interesting, yeah, because my grandfather was born in the 19th century, which is extraordinary, really. Yeah, Berlin's got so many memorials, hasn't it? Right near each other. It's really powerful. There's one particular corner of Berlin near the Holocaust Memorial, and then you've got various other memorials there, and it's quite overwhelming in a lot of ways. What I find interesting as well about when you're here, right, and you look at all this, look at this grandeur, that building. I don't know exactly which civil service building that is, but at the end of the day, inside, I bet they're just like normal offices, because that's where people work. They have office jobs. They just sit at their desk, at a computer, tapping away. You know, and there'll be some quite unimpressive carpet in there, won't there? Because it'll have to be sort of quite hard-wearing carpet, and there'll be lots of cabling around. So it'll have the interior of any other building, won't it, I imagine? I've not been in any. Apparently there's loads of tunnels that run underneath here, so people can get around, like particularly ministers or senior civil servants can get around these buildings quite quickly without having to deal with the public, or just having to deal with traffic. Isn't that the back of Downing Street? I don't think Downing Street's a little bit further down, I think, isn't it? Not quite there. I think Horseguards, it's a few... it's not far away, Downing Street, but yeah, I might be wrong. Could be completely wrong. It felt odd. Dark. By the way, I'm loving the collaborative chat in the comments. Is great to hear. Answering questions because I can't really see very well. And went to Berlin a few years ago. Berlin's so powerful. How about pub chat with Jules? That would be great. So I made a video yesterday, Vishal, with Tweedy pubs. Me and Tweedy went to investigate the comments someone made in my recent Q&A saying Black Lion Plaistow, best pub in London fact. So me and Tweedy went to the Black Lion, which was lovely. Had a nice pint with Tweedy. And we both shot our videos. It's my second collaboration. Who was my first YouTube collaboration with? Answers on a postcard. I'll give you a tip. The person I did my very first YouTube collaboration with is in the comments. Can anyone guess? Did I recommend Tweedy? Someone, yeah, it might have been you, Richard. Someone said, how about doing a collab with Tweedy, Jeff, Jago, Jules? And I said, I'd do it with any of them. And so it was Tweedy who jumped in the comments, and it was the Black Lion comments. He was going, I was thinking of going to the Black Lion, why don't we do it together? Yes, I did reference that same someone. It was Sean James Cameron, who went on Twitter and recommended that I be, well, Ian's not I've done lots of, it's true, I've done collaborate, but Ian's not a YouTuber. So it doesn't really count, it's a collaboration, but not a YouTube collaboration. Yeah, coracle. Sean, what you're saying, if you'd like to see me in a coracle in the Thames, it means you would like to see me die. That was a great coracle, I loved it. Look at that, look at this guy. I think, is it a rook on his own as a crow, or a crow on its own as a rook? I can never remember. We've had this discussion before, haven't we? Isn't it great? The light is fading fast. So yeah, it was good fun with Tweedy, and we walked through Plaistow. We went to Went to Newham Bookshop. I went and signed some copies of The Black Path at Newham Bookshop. Viv has only got 4 of those left. So if you want a signed copy of The Black Path, Vivian at Newham Bookshop has got some. And it was, she's got an amazing collection of London books in there, just the best collection of London books, overwhelming collection of London books. We're going to go to the lake, stop there. Sean wants an ice cream from the cafe. You're right, there is a lack of pigeons, you're right. Falcons, that's what apparently, who was saying they employ falcons in, where do they employ falcons to keep the pigeons away? I know they do have falcons in the Olympic Park, or they did. They had a peregrine falcon in the athletes' village. I used to go to this cafe here with my mum many years ago when I worked in the West End. And mum used to come and visit me here. And I worked in a theatre, Her Majesty's, which is just up there really. And that's where we would go. It was nice. Mum loved a cup of tea. You know those people, wherever you go anywhere, they go, oh, I wouldn't mind a cup of tea. You think, you just had a cup of tea. Ice cream. Strawberry cornetto. I think you'd be lucky to get a strawberry cornetto in there. Look, we're going to I'll point you around to the lake. Lovely, isn't it? It's very peaceful. I suppose it was optimistic, thinking we might get a sunset. I love to drink coffee all day, yeah. Oh, thank you for that, Alex. My mum was 80 though. I mean, obviously it's sad, don't get me wrong, but she was 80 and she had dementia. So, which is, if anyone's experienced that, not themselves, but with a relative, it's a very unpleasant illness that. So, but as they say, she had a good innings. She loved cake as well. My mum made amazing cakes. In fact, actually, she used to make cakes for people. She used to ice them and she'd make anything into a cake. Majesty's work. Tommy Cooper. Yes, you're right, actually. Those would have been on Sundays. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's such a lovely park, isn't it? I love to think about the little dynamics going on between the various birds, because they've got their own little society, haven't they? Their own little community, their own ways of dealing with the world. All sorts of things going on out there between those birds. So next Sunday will be the Tweedy video. I'm going to go up here through the trees actually, and we'll find a spot to put you down. Hang on a moment. Oh, this path only goes up to the cafe. I suppose I could. Feels like I'm not going to step over the fence. This is where I'm being more cautious now. Now, since my recent knee injury, which was caused by, I don't know if I mentioned it, it was caused by me sitting in a very unnatural position on the stairs, stroking my dog. Rocky, he likes to sit at the top of the stairs, go off-road. Yeah, but you always, like, because it's a royal park, you know royal parks have their own police force, don't they? I think someone recently made a TV series about Royal Parks Police. I'll try and stabilise the camera. The colours up here, I'll take you up here in a minute, hang on. What? They found a skeleton of a person? What type of bird is that, by the way? This guy is on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side of the fence, mate. You need to get back over there, quick, before anyone notices. Let's go in here. There's squirrels running around. There's all sorts of stuff going on. Should we go over the fence? This is a very low fence. There should be no challenge at all in getting over this fence. It was very unchallenging, wasn't it? Do a bit more leaf ASMR, shall we? Colours on this tree up here are stunning. Look at that. Isn't that great? So beautiful. Really? Is that right? Sean, are you being are they euphemisms? Egyptian goose. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the Egyptian. Those the colours are stunning. Some of these trees will be of a proper age, won't they? You know what's interesting? I was reading yesterday when I was reading about Plasto. I'm saying this because I think I forgot to put it in the video. Is that Henry VIII visited one of the houses there? I think it was the house of the Duke of Richmond, or it could have been Essex Lodge, which was the home of the Earl of Essex, or one of the homes. And Henry VIII, when he visited, planted a mulberry tree there, which is interesting because I thought the mulberry trees were introduced much later. Aren't they associated with one of the Jameses? I want to see James II. Oh look, this is the real colour over here. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? This is why actually it wasn't a contradiction to have it to come here instead of Epping Forest, because if you want the autumn colours, you're going to get them here. Almost. Well, obviously not as much as the forest, but you get some beautiful leaf fall here. I'll take you up here where there's a lot of trees up here. And it's interesting, you know, the Mall was a place for Londoners to come and stroll. The word that comes to my head, as Rosella will probably know, is passeggiata. The Italian idea of when you go out for a walk. I loved passeggiata when I lived in Modena. It was one of my favourite times of the day. And I think passeggiata's about now, isn't it, Rosella? About 4 o'clock-ish. Everyone would come out, go for a stroll around the town. Maybe have a little aperitivo somewhere. Do you do walks with people? You would be a great guide. Thanks, Gia. Passeggiata, yeah, passeggiata's the greatest. I have done them. I tend to do guided walks when people ask me. Do you know what I mean? Like, usually it's an organisation that will organise it and then effectively, if you like, commission me to do the guided walk. I did one recently in Valentine's Park that I had a great time. There were a lot of people there, and it was great. And I did one recently for the launch of the Black Path. Alex came along to that one. That was quite a short one because we only had an hour. Look at this. This is a great bit here. See, I think these are some of the finest autumn colours. I'm just going to put the phone down so I can attach the microphone again. Give me 1 second. I've been holding the phone, the mic like this, so you got better audio, but maybe I'll just attach it to my jumper. It gives me a little bit more freedom. I can stabilise the camera better then. There you go. How is that? That's good. Is that still good? Obviously, I can't see the comments because the comments come up on the camera there. But maybe we'll just go down here a little bit. Actually, I'm going to turn the camera around the other way. Look, isn't that beautiful that way? Stunning, isn't it? Is that right, Kyron? So that's interesting because that does link to what I've been writing about with the Black Path. It was what's her name? Angela Burdett Coates, who created Victoria Park. And she also created Columbia Market. This is a nice view as well, isn't it? You cannot see how good the sound now is. You cannot. I don't know quite what to make of that dam. I'm hoping the sound is good. So, yeah. I will do some central London walks near Christmas. I don't want to spoil it for you. I sometimes don't like to talk about what I'm going to do in case I change the idea or when I say it out loud it doesn't sound so good. But there's a famous author, well, cult author, who did a walk across London once. Yes, hello Sarah. She doesn't believe this is live. Hello Sarah. Why Vishal wouldn't tell porcupines? Why do you? I mean, sound is fine. Sorry, Carol. I always worry about the sound. So Sarah doesn't believe this is live. I think everyone should say hello Sarah together in the chat, so Sarah will know that it's her special day. Hey, can you see all those vans over there? Maybe there's some filming going on. So we'll just try and Queen Anne's Gate if the lanterns are on. I'm a little bit. Hello Sarah, there you look at all this, all the hello Sarah stuff coming in. I hope Vishal, I hope Sarah's seeing this. Everyone is giving. Look at that, Sarah. You've got people across the globe saying hello to you because you doubted. It's like not believing in Father Christmas. You doubted the veracity of the live stream. What I should do as well is maybe do a live stream from some sort of event. The other day I intended to go to the unveiling of the Keats statue. There's a new statue for Keats in the city of London, and it was like midday. So I thought, oh, I'll go to that. Maybe make a little video. Could have live streamed it, couldn't I? I thought maybe I'd live stream it, maybe make a little mini midweek video. 182 in the chat, nice turnout, John. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, it's an amazing turnout, isn't it? It's astonishing, really. So, you know, some television gets fewer viewers than this. Some of those more obscure channels. I've seen the figures. They're really happy if they get 100 people watching. It's kind of astonishing, isn't it? But yeah, I love the idea of this being a place where Londoners would come and go for a stroll and do their work. We don't have a word for passeggiata, do we? We need a word for passeggiata. I suppose we could just say passeggiata, but like we, as I say, like we say al fresco. Apparently Italians don't say al fresco, do they? What do they say? A terrazza, don't they, Rosella? Isn't it a terrazza instead of al fresco? Something like that. I've forgotten all my Italian now, it's a real shame. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So we'll go through this gate here. I might wrap up the live stream soon, guys, because with the lights going, or I suppose we could keep going. I need to get home to the wife, right, to Haiti. I'm actually going to cook the roast tonight. We have our roast in the evening. So now that it's the time that it is, I'm going to struggle to find a significant joint of meat. So it will be Chelsea about to kick off. Well, good luck, Paul, whoever you support. I have a feeling though there's still going to be a little bit of a Van Nistelrooy bounce for United, and they've got the new manager. I think it's looking like Ten Hag was the problem. Because as much as I'm a Liverpool fan, so as much as I don't like Man United, I'm also a football person, so I can acknowledge that Man United have got some really good players. They just happen to be rubbish now. You know, I'm going to turn the camera around because look at. I think should we go that way? That's going up to St James's, isn't it? I mean, we could go to Buckingham Palace, but everyone's down there. There is a video, by the way, where I do this exact walk, like a proper video. We could go that way up to St James's, which is always a curious place. St James's, it's a little secret world, isn't it? I think that's what I called the video I made around St James's. The secret world or the lost world of St James's, Clubland and all that. Do you think we are alone in the universe? It's unlikely, isn't it, Nick? Do you not think it's unlikely we're alone? I mean, statistically, I think it's unlikely we're alone because the universe is so vast. But then there's two things, isn't there? There's two things that happen at once. Number one, hello, thanks, oh, I'm not sure I'd say the second part of your. Oh, like a kite. Ah, it means you're drifty, like a kite. You drift and float like a kite. That's a lovely sentiment. Yeah, there's a great map that shows that when they try to map the universe now, what we know about it. I think it's called Pangea, I can't remember, it was in the New Scientist. And it shows the Atterrazza Passeggiato. Oh, thank you for that, Rosella. Yeah, so it shows you just how vast the universe that we think is. And it's just ridiculously, you know, you can't comprehend it. But then it shows where not our solar system, but where our galaxy is, on the far edge of it. So you look at all that and you go, well, amongst the trillions upon trillions of planets, intelligent life must have occurred on quite a few of them. But then you go, but they might just be such a massive distance away. Why would they come here? It would be such a job to get here, wouldn't it? And how would we ever get to them? So everyone could be so far apart that everyone thinks they're alone in the universe because they'll never see any other life in the universe. But maybe that's it. I'm not really sure. I love the idea of aliens visiting Earth, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but you know, I want to be a believer. I'd like to believe in all sorts of stuff. But this is amazing, isn't it? Do you need stuff from other galaxies and other universes and other realities when you've got this? Look at that. Look at those trees. It's astonishing, isn't it? I think I'm skipping the ICA now, by the way. I think that ship has sailed. Although my son is reading Wittgenstein at the moment, and they do have a really good. Oh look, here we go. So whoever said Queen Mary Gate, I'm guessing this is Queen Mary Gate. Queen Mary, 1867 to 1953. Wow. She did well. This is Marlborough Road, City of Westminster. The twin cities of London, City of Westminster, City of London, and then everything else. I'm going to do some more videos on the City of London. I want to do some videos about the reality of the City of London, about how it's constituted. It's really interesting, isn't it? The idea that it's a corporation. Also, when I was doing my West Ham, do you know what? I've not been over here before. Is this the one corner of St James's Palace? I think it might be, mightn't it? Is that over there where the King was, you know, when King Charles III was announced? Isn't that where they did it from, that balcony? Someone will know in the chat. I think so. I think this must be. So I made a video where we went to St James's Palace, but I didn't come around the side. What a fool! Yeah, I think, you know, when they said, "Oh, King Charles III is going to be the monarch," I think it was from up there. Yeah, proclamation area it is, isn't it? Well, I love, you know, like now it's all very straightforward, isn't it? No one's going to contest the fact that Charles was the heir to the throne. So it was all very peaceful. But once upon a time, like changing a monarch was a perilous time, wasn't it? Perilous time. I'm reading a Cadfael book. Have you ever read those? Ellis Peters books. I'm loving it. It was a TV series, wasn't it? But I'm reading one of the novels. The Hermit of Ayton Forest. And that's set during the Anarchy. The kind of war of succession that went on between Queen Matilda and King Stephen, and the country was divided between the two of them. And they each minted their own coins. It was a fascinating period. Well, it was a terrible period in a way, but it's one of the reasons you find kind of moats around the countryside, because people were not safe. If you had a bit of land, you needed to protect your land. So you get these moated, but what seemed like quite modest houses had moats. Obviously, a lot of the time it was to protect them against their own livestock. But there was a time when you had to protect yourself from potential foes. If you were considered to be on the wrong side of that argument, you would have your land taken from you. We're going to go through this portico here. Isn't this a great portico? Again, it's another kind of Italian reference, isn't it? Because Bologna and Modena have loads of porticos. Portici. Yeah, great. Where else did we go? We walked, basically, together we didn't go very far. Don't want to give away what's in Tweedy's episode, but Tweedy's a cracking episode. I thought I would just do one pub with Tweedy, and then the rest, you know, you'll go to Tweedy's channel to watch it. Also, actually, if you want I didn't really do detail on the pub we were in because I thought Tweedy does that. We just have a little bit of a natter. Also, because I kind of wanted to chat to Tweedy about himself, about his channel and what he does. Channels, I should say. Shepherdess Walk would be amazing live stream. You're right. Try Brother Athelstan book set around the time of the Peasants' Revolt. Paul Doherty, thanks very much for that. Princess Beatrix, Alexandra, live at St James's Palace now, do they? Bit drafty, I would have thought. Private. Who lives behind that private door, do you think? I'm not going to ring the bell. I'm not obnoxious. What do we think? What do we think this building is over here? That looks like a chapel, doesn't it? I think the traffic will allow me to cross. Good thing about doing a live stream like this without me being in vision is that I can... The Queen's Chapel, that's interesting. Because the Queen has a chapel at the Savoy Hotel. Well, the Queen, I mean, I don't want to be pedantic, but surely they need to change the name, right? Let's have a look, it's going to tell us more here. The Queen's Chapel, St James's Palace. Designed by Inigo Jones, that's how I pronounce it, you might say Inigo Jones. The building of the Queen's Chapel was begun in 1623 for the use of the Spanish Infanta on her proposed marriage to the then Prince Charles. There you go. I won't read the whole thing, you can read it. There you go. That's interesting. So we'll go up here. Up to St James's, up to the old topographical books refer to this area around St James's as Clubland, because it's where the sort of gentlemen's clubs were. You can see, can't you, how all of these sort of great grand institutions were all together. You know, you had the gentlemen's clubs, which I think we've got some over there. We've got the royalty all around here. You had government just down there, the Houses of Parliament, the civil service, and the military to the left. It was all contained in this little area here, which is really interesting. You see it in that wonderful, I mean, I'm so glad I did the talk with the Virginia Woolf Society back in June for Mrs. Dalloway Day. What a great book that is, Mr. And you really get a sense of royal London in the 1920s in that book. Because Mrs. Dalloway is very much part of that world of establishment London, which is still there. Let's go and have a look at this plaque here. I can't let go of the live stream. I'm enjoying it too much. This is the first live chat I've seen. Chris, I do them very rarely actually. This is all about the Commonwealth. The historic 2018 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, which brought together the leaders of 55 sovereign nations of the Commonwealth family. It's interesting, isn't it, that the United States isn't a member of the Commonwealth, because I mean, all the other members of the Commonwealth, because you would think it's because America had its War of Independence or Revolution, depending on your point of view. But I'm pretty sure lots of other Commonwealth countries also, you know, had wars of independence and revolutions. Maybe America just didn't want to be in it. Marlborough House, Commonwealth headquarters. Oh, there you go. Someone was knocked down by Christopher Reeves once. That's astonishing. The Nell Gwyn plaque is on this street. Nell Gwyn, she got everywhere. Nell Gwyn apparently had a house in Leytonstone. That sounds like a joke. I remember once saying in a video or on a walk that Haile Selassie lived in High Wycombe, and everyone just thought it was a joke. But look him up. Haile Selassie lived in High Wycombe for a period of time, as did T.S. Eliot. High Wycombe. I will write that book, High Wycombe, the Inventor of the Modern World, or High Wycombe, Centre of the Modern World. Obviously, slightly with my tongue. Can you say hello to Paul and Audrey? Hello, Paul and Audrey. How the devil are you? I hope you're doing well. Is there a Spoons nearby? Kyron, if there isn't a Spoons nearby, I'm going to find one. Yeah, yes, there is actually. There's a Spoons on Whitehall. Well, there certainly used to be. Which, if there's been any kind of military thing going on today, will be absolutely rammed full of ex-squaddies getting properly lathered, I would have thought. Sean, the Nell Gwyn plaque, there's, well actually look, there is St James's Palace. Again, I did shoot a video around here, it's almost exactly a year ago actually. So there it is. From memory, St James's Palace is what, 16th century, isn't it? Someone will correct me, I'm sure someone will use. No one can use it. Once somebody made the snarky remark in the video when I said, oh, I don't know what this is, and they went, if only we had a little thing in our pocket where we could look up facts. True, but I'm using that little computer to live stream with. But I think it's 16th century. It kind of looks it, doesn't it? Right, we will. I mean, this is probably an anecdote I've told before because we were talking about the monarchy. I've made tea for the Queen once. Pretty sure I've mentioned that. It's one of those little stories I tell people when they go, tell us something surprising about yourself. I say, well, I made tea for the Queen. I was working with Ainsley Harriott at the long room, or the long bar, the long room at Lord's, before Ainsley Harriott was a famous TV chef. And he was the temporary chef they were getting, and I was working as a barman. And it was an Ashes series, England did very badly. And I think everyone knows, on the 4th day of an Ashes series, the Queen comes for tea and to watch the cricket, and her butler didn't want to make the tea. So he just gave me, sorry, this is quite grand, he just gave me the teapot. Look at that, lovely staircase up there. It's amazing. So he just gave me the Queen's teapot. They said, here mate, can you make some tea in there? So I did. I said, aren't you supposed to do that? He went, doesn't matter, mate, it's just tea, innit? He was a Scouser. And so I made the Queen's tea. And it was, yeah. I only saw the back of her head though. So it's not as if I saw her reaction to that tea. I like to think it was a good cup of tea. I would never make a bad cup of tea, no matter who it was for. It's a matter of pride, that. It's the way I was brought up. Proper cup of tea. Nice and strong. The fun today is up north at Boreham Wood, an exciting cup match versus Leyton Orient. And who won? Please say hello to my old dad, John. Hello, John. What's your dad's name? He's 83. Hello, John Dilks' dad. Hello, John Dilks' dad. Well, 83. That's going well, mate. Going well, my old man's. How old is Dad now? Born in 1935. Yeah, Dad's 89. I rang him the other day and went, "Hey, getting on, Dad?" And he plays in a championship golf course in North Devon that was once used for the Open. They used to use it for the Open. Dad plays there, refuses to use a buggy. Unlike a certain American politician who won't get out of his buggy. And the old man goes round by foot. He uses a motorised golf trolley for his clubs, but he won't get in a buggy. And I said, "Dad, sooner or later you're going to have to get in a buggy." He goes, "The day I have to get in a buggy, the day I can't walk around is the day I stop playing." So this is the United Services Club. I'm sorry, I should put my glasses on. Let me put my glasses on so I can actually... The problem is, I've got to that point now where I'm short-sighted and nearsighted at the same time, so I can't actually read the comments if I put my... This is beautiful though, isn't it? Look at that. Let's have a look. No, it's the Royal Automobile Club. People will have already shouted in the comments. So that's one of the clubs, the gentlemen's clubs of this area, the Royal Automobile Club. Yeah, Carol, Dad's a trooper. 89, still walking around 5 miles on a golf course. Still playing, all right. He's always trying to find the shafts that will get him getting that much further up the course. I will, when I go and visit Dad down in Devon, we'll shoot a video together because we've not shot a walk together, have we? There is a Super 8 film that I did with my dad way back in the channel. But we haven't done a walk. Here goes a plaque up here. So I did film a walk actually around the lanes with my dad, but it wasn't complete. So up here we've got Frederick Windsor, 1763 to 1830, gave the world's first demonstration of street lighting by coal gas from a report located here, June 1807. There you go. It's all happening around here. It's all happening in St James's. Put the camera down there. It's a great place, isn't it, St James's? I'm just going to come around in front of the camera. Thank you for watching this live stream. I've had a lot of fun. I mean, we could carry on, I guess. It's dark now. I have a feeling that I need to start moving back towards Leytonstone. Start shopping for that roast. I feel like that's the thing. I've got distracted slightly, but I've really enjoyed doing this. I'll do more. Let me know. Let me know if you want to see more live streams, particularly people watching it on playback. Because you might think, well, I preferred it if you'd actually made a video rather than watch a shaky live stream. I don't know. And we've live streamed now for an hour. Ciao, Rosella saying ciao. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Rosella. I'll let it get up. Shall I let it get up to 6? Lovely live stream. Thanks. Enjoy your roast. Thank you very much. Oh, thanks, everybody. It's been really lovely to hang out with you this afternoon on a Sunday. What a lovely way to experience central London for me. Look at the street lights down there. Okay, well, it's 61 minutes. And then I will find out how I can end the live stream. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the weekend and have a great week ahead. And I'll see you next Sunday for that. Let me do that to camera. I'll see you next Sunday with the video with Tweedy, where we have a little bit of an East London escapade. Lovely. It was a lovely, yeah, it was a lovely experience. See you on the next walk, wherever that may be. We may be back in central London. Well, you'll be on the Tweedy walk, but my next one filming might be a special walk around here, actually.